All right, hello everyone. I just figure I'll get this rolling here because it looks like the teams are looking for a proper server. Um, Currently, as things are going, you are here to see a Week 9 Division 1 match for NSL Season 4 between onFire and Singularity. They are currently looking for a server at the moment. I think they wanted to see if they could get a London server, which I'm not sure there are any, so they may end up coming back here shortly. I don't know. We're trying to figure that out. Anyway, so they're trying to figure the server out. We'll just go over a few things here. Obviously, this is the last, normal season Division One match, well, or any non-premier match really. If the way that it's set up currently, the only way that onFire will be able to be playing in the playoffs is if they 4-0 Singularity. At this point, Singularity would probably be, fairly likely to not let that happen just because of, uh, how they have currently stacked up against other teams. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, I'm hoping that it'll be a very good set of games. It's always possible for someone somewhere on some team to totally mess things up and totally throw a monkey wrench in the whole thing. So we'll see how that goes. Um, Obviously, I'm also looking at the scores again for the current standings. Just as a note, if onFair went 3-1, that even though that would tie them in points with Virtual Dejection, who is the fourth placed Div 1 team at the moment, at least to my understanding, that would not get them in the playoffs because because onFire was 3-1 by Virtual Dejection back in one of the earlier weeks. So, as I said, 4-0, that's what onFire has to help for at this point in time if they expect to get into the playoffs. Looks like maybe did we find a server? I don't know. I'm not sure. Let me take another let me take another look here at my friends list and see how things are going. Hopefully they have found a server that they can all agree on, but then again, maybe not. I'm seeing a few people here that are not currently in the server. Doot doot doot. Where is this? I really need to sort my friends list on Steam. Okay, currently the people that I have added are not currently in a server, so hopefully they're figuring something out real quick. Obviously, since this is week 9, our two maps will be Vale and Summit, if I am remembering correctly. So, I don't know which one they'll be starting on. I know that it was mentioned before I started the cast that, Vale is technically, I think, first. But as long as they both get played, I don't think it's really that much of an issue. They are probably still just looking for a server. I need to, open up, 10 tabs here and just look at what games everyone are in. Oh, wait. We have somebody joining a server. It looks like everybody's actually coming back to this server right now. I just saw 2 people join up. So it looks like we may be playing on this server on US East. Obviously, since the NSL what are the usual NSL servers? I don't know whether they had some issue, but either way, they're not up right now. Hence the issue of, well, there's also no then, London servers, which would be the other, good option for this match. So we'll see how that all goes. Hopefully the real NSL servers will be back sometime in the not too distant future because that's always a good thing. And Ren is being a troll in my chat. How dare he? Anyway, it looks like, yeah, everybody is coming back here to this map. Or this server. Oh, that's a nice starting place. Behind the grate there. Everybody loves a nice shot at chain link fence, right? But yeah, this is the last normal match for any division other than Premier. Premier, I believe, still has 2 matches left, which would be the Week 10 matches for them, if I'm remembering correctly. Obviously, I'd have to Alt-Tab to go double-check. But those will be interesting. I think there's one tomorrow, though. I don't know which week that is, because, again, I don't have the document up on my tablet, but Sonoman versus Godar is tomorrow. So curious to see how that'll go. And then after that, there's nothing at this particular instance scheduled. So we'll have to see how that goes. There should be a lot of the playoff matches for all the lower divisions starting up fairly soon. Actually, I will just Alt-Tab and look. Nobody's doing anything right now anyway. Yeah, the 2 Week 10 Premier matches are not scheduled yet, so 2 more matches and then it's all into playoffs for everybody. Obviously, if you guys have been keeping track of what's... Oops, I forgot to check that other thing. Yeah, Vale and Summit, so they can start on here. Okay, I guess we're gonna swap to go to Vale first. No big deal. Anyway, obviously there have been some games so far for the lower division playoff matches. There's been two Div 4 quarterfinal matches that have happened so far. And as of earlier this morning, at least my time, there was one Div 2 playoff match that happened, which I casted earlier today. That was fun. It was scheduled kind of late, so hopefully, we'll see how things go. If you are in one of the Div 2 or below teams, you should go and make sure that you're... And also, of course, qualifying statement there, your team has made it into the playoffs. Go make sure that your team is scheduled, or at least started talking to the other team. Make sure that you get your playoffs scheduled, or started to be scheduled. Because, keeping things rolling is always a good thing. Let's see, I think we still have... Obviously, because the one Div 3... or obviously because Div 3 had a tiebreaker match, that obviously wasn't 100% set up until yesterday, but it is all ready to go now. So, as I said, if you're in a lower div team that has made the playoffs, go, check that out, see who you're playing against. Wow, that is really... Atmospherics are really bright. I turned those on early today, and I'm not used to it. Anyway, obviously we are starting on Vale. Some BM going out in the chat as Golden says that he thinks that Singularity is capable of throwing 2 rounds. Oh, of course Kane's there to reply. All right, so we've got it. What did they say? Did I miss half the conversation here? Think of how many things I could buy for my bird. Alright, come on, Chad. Quit being silly. Alright, speaking of the bird, of course, it is daytime cast. My bird will hopefully not be making hideous amounts of noises, but just to be sure to keep her from causing too much mischief while I have my back to her, I'm going to close the door of her cage. Alright, so we got everybody swapping around here so that Singularity is going to be starting as Marines. How many do we have on the server here? A few. Looks like we have 2 refs at the moment, which would be Tico and Polargear. Looks like Singularity has their full 6, so Cowboy, Shades, Kane, Sharp, Cookie, and Arai. And it looks like there's onFire 6, so that'll be Blind, who will be calming at this particular instant. Risk, Soma, Zero Master, Vindaloo, and Duffman. Yeah, obviously since this is a US East server, Singularity definitely has the ping advantage at this particular point, but I mean, it isn't too horrendous for onFire at this point. So we'll see how things go. Let's see here. Obviously, in-game chat is also kind of lively today, so hopefully with everyone now on the server and hopefully all set up, we'll be seeing ready up at any point here. Obviously, on Veil, one of the key things here will be to watch these early engagements, especially with onFire being the starting as aliens. If they lose these first engagements, it's entirely possible that, whoever goes down that side for Singularity might end up in Nano. But then again, as we saw on one of the previous Singularity games I casted, yeah, they made it to Nano, except for, a Gorge and a couple Skulks came up through this way and ended up killing Kane, and they won. So hopefully Kane has learned his lesson and won't be doing anything silly like that again. And, there'll be proper lane blocking and all that shenanigans so that way they don't die to a base rush, unless they really feel like throwing a game. But hopefully we'll see things a little bit longer than that. Though it is quite entertaining um, to see things get screwed up in some horrendous fashion every once in a while. All right. All right, so onFire has readied up. I'm actually going to check the thing again there, just given some stuff that has been said in chat. Yeah, if Singularity gets 4 points, if they sweep this and get 4 points, then they will be placed ahead of Narcolepsy, who has completed all their matches for the normal season. But here we go. We're actually going to be starting up here in 15 seconds. So good luck to both teams. Let's see how this goes. Alright, we have a pipe start down there for onFire, so it'll be interesting to see how they work from that. Not always a favorite spawn, but hey, they get to work with it. Anyway, we've got so far at this point, Cowboy moving towards Topo, and Cookie moving towards Skylights. We have three, it looks like, also going over there. That's probably going to be the pressure group. Risk is over there, probably get a parasite on Cowboy, potentially. Here comes the other three. They are going for mines, so those will probably be showing up fairly soon. There is a Gorge that's slowly going in there. Soma just showing up in Nano, but there's the three pressure scooting on through East, heading over there. Okay, yeah, sure, there's a Clog. But, one Gorge versus three Marines, not the best. I hope they pulled people back, and it looks like they have. Soma just goes down, total waste of a Gorge there, but it looks like, Sharp is the only one left. Two Skulks there, Duffman and Zero Master able to clear him out. And Nano is safe, though they did just, lose, 8 res there for the Gorge. And the tunnel that got placed back in pipe is kind of useless. Cowboy's just hiding. He was hiding right over there. So Risk just gets picked off right there in Topo. Looks like Sharp went down potentially over here in Skylights, and Shades and Cookie are going to move over there where Duffman and Zero Master are kind of set up, just kind of waiting. Looks like they're going to build that RT. Shades have been parasited. Meanwhile, back over here in East, looks like a Rye and Cowboy are possibly going to be scooting down through East, maybe running into Vindaloo, who's waiting on the wall there. Looks like the rest of the group there has pulled back to try and help protect Nano. Those two poor Singularity guys are kind of trapped between three Skulks. Do hear some mines going down, so some offensive mines potentially being put somewhere. Hard to see from spec. They're Sharp as well, kind of pushing Risk back into C12. Everybody's just kind of waiting around, seeing what's going on. Okay, we finally had some movement there. Zero Master going down. Duffman able to take down Arai. Cowboy's still there. Mine takes out Vindaloo. Sorry, Steam message covering it up. Duffman just waiting there in Nano proper. As Cowboy and Sharp move in. Here comes Risk to back up Duffman. They're just going to clear the cysts, it looks like, at this point. There's a little bit of fighting going on in Skylights. Looks like a Skulk got cleared over there. We have 3 Skulks showing up. 4 Skulks, sorry. And a Drifter, all ready to go clear out those 2 poor guys that are all alone there in Nano. Drifter goes in. Here goes the giant wall of Skulks. They're split up on each side of the room, so Cowboy might end up... Yep, he does get taken down as, an ambulance or fire truck goes by. So it goes. Anyway, Duffman and Soma now moving up towards Topo, where Arai is kind of creeping along behind the nice yellow tall pipes over here. Gets a nice bit of chip on Soma, takes him down. And they continue on back towards, I'd assume, east again. Nope. Looks like a Rise gonna go through there. Looks like there's also a mine on the ceiling there, so that's pretty nice. They're just gonna go to C12 and looks like kill that RT. Meanwhile, over here in the system, we have Cookie and Shades just kind of hanging out over there, securing that section of the map, while Vindaloo looks like he's going to go over to overlook. Lurks are up. We have Zero Master and Risk up as the Lurks. They just cleared out C12, and it looks like finally they're maybe going to actually secure Nano for real. That has been really delayed, so that has been... it's probably hurt their res income quite a bit. I mean, not the fastest Lurks in the world as far as getting them out on the field goes. Taking a quick look at the res graph, though. Yeah, not the worst, but that now that they're getting Nano, that graph should spike up. Oh, Risk, kind of low there. That should spike up so that they get a bit more res income for onFire. Sharp and Cowboy deciding against going into Nano this time. They are going to go over, and it looks like try and desist C12. Those 3 assists obviously making it a little bit harder to, you know, totally thrash that Harvester. We have Duffman set up on one side of C12, and here comes Zero Master and Risk on the other. They are... Oh, Risk again getting very low. Looks like for a moment there he was kind of contemplating going back, but that's low enough health. He definitely was good to not go back in there. Soma back up as a Gorge. Duffman also there. Meanwhile, there's a 3 push moving here into Nano, which would be Shades, Cookie, and Arai. That whip is helping things out. Soma's just like face tanking them as a Gorge. Doesn't quite make it back in the tunnel and dies right on top of it. Here come the Lurks clearing things out, but here comes Sharp as well. Risk again getting kind of low. For some reason, Risk is just a bullet magnet. They are able to clear that up once again. They now are up to 5 RTs, but so is Singularity. Though that's about to go down to 4 because Vindaloo is over here in sub. Duffman was for a moment working on that mine there in the vent. Cowboy looked like he was showing up to try and see if he could bait one of them into it, but not going to happen. Shades is also going to join him there in the vent. Don't know whether Soma's going to just like show up there. Here comes Sharp as well. Looks like I see the Lurks are going on the other side of the map, just taking people out over there. And Sharp is able to clear the scope, no problem. There's Risk and Zero Master. Cookie does have a shotgun at this point, and Phase Tech is almost done researching as well. So armor 1 weapons, 1 shotguns. Not a bad position for Singularity. Here comes 2 to the Hive, though. We have Shades and Cowboy moving in, desisting the main Harvester there in Pipe. Getting a little bit of damage onto the Harvester itself. Soma's a little bit, you know, caught out of position just because, well, it's a nice little hallway to force him down. Here come the Lurks, though, to come and mess with that. Looks like they're going to come 1 from each side, 1 from the neck, 1 from Pipe proper. Missing some bites there. Let's get it. Oh, who was that this time? That was Zero Master getting down to about half health, and it looks like Shades and Cowboy are going to retreat now. Looks like we had some more res harassment going on up there again in Topo. Risk is already at about half health, so he better be careful, especially since he has a tendency to attract every bullet in the world. Cowboy versus a Duffman. Is he going to win? Duffman does win that, especially with the Drifter support there. System has obviously been assisted up very heavily to help delay the gates. I mean, obviously, phase tech is done, so it looks like a system gate will be here in the not-too-distant future. But Soma and Duffman and Zero Master, and oh, here comes Risk as well, are going to try and clear this. Soma's already down to very low health. Cookie obviously has a shotgun. Last one standing there. It does get taken down. And Zero Master just took down Soma by spikes. Oops. I think he was at very low health though, so there you go. Got a bunch of nice res pressure going on. Shades is also working on the one there in C12. Only 3 extractors down of Singularities. But they hadn't really set up much. They did have a lot of pushes on Nano, which did waste a lot of time, since they... I mean, sure, it delayed onFire's res, but it is locked down now, and Sharp and Shades are now working on C12 yet again. I think that is the one Harvester that did go down before. Here they all go through here. They're able to clear it. Vindaloo's obviously up as a fade. We'll have to see if there's going to be a second one showing up soon, too. Over here in system, We have Duffman down to like just a chip of health. It looks like he is regenning as well. That whip there, the whip in the crag and the other whip also helping to lock down that entire room and prevent that system gate, which is obviously a very strong, very common gate to see. They did just drop the hive and cargo as well, so that'll definitely make system that much more important. Of course, if somebody could sneak through, maybe through that way. Oh, nope. There is a whip hiding over there to sort of protect that. But if they had somebody sneak through, then cargo would be in a bit of a problem, especially if they got a gate up in Y or something. But yeah, at the moment, East Gate looks like the thing to do. They could arc out Nano and just call it good. Vindaloo going in there, taking out Sharp. Oh, Risk getting taken down. Too many shotgun shells there, shotgun pellets. Vindaloo got under half, it looked like at that point. So they are down one lurk. They still have one lurk left. The bullet magnet one was, unfortunately, the first one to die. Zero Master is getting shot at from a distance here, and he better get out of there before Arai is able to bring a shotgun even closer. Soma's just going to maybe get a parasite on there. Yeah, not able to do much, but both of them are pretty well chipped, so somebody could be able to clear that up fairly easily. Do have Duffman up as the second fade, obviously. That gate just went up in East as well, so 2 shotguns and an LMG over there in East, and that should be pretty easy to hold that off. There is one clogged tower right there in the middle of the doorway, but there isn't much else in there. There is a whip. One whip a crag, I think. I think that's all that's in there. A little bit of shooting going on over here in C12, not too much. That's where one of the shotguns wandered off to. Sharp is over there with a shotgun. He is being mauled by, 2 fades and a skulk. Vindaloo better watch out since he is down to half health, unless, when Shades and Cookie show up, a little bit problematic. Guess what? Arai and Cowboy found the hive. It is about half grown, about half health, so not the end of the world there. Risk gets taken down. Duffman is able to go in there and swipe down Arai, who I believe was kind of reloading at that point. They are able to clear that. So that hive is safe for now. They do have the Arc Factory up. RT's going down all over the place, and it isn't looking too bad for onFire, especially if they're going to be able to clear that, or at least prevent the arcs from, immediately showing up to destroy things. They are getting their 3rd biomass, which will allow for Biobomb and Metabolize once that is complete. The first arc is out, and it'll be arcing here in a moment. It looks like it's going to go after the whip. Taking a look at the RT graph, we have 8 extractors down. Arai is back down there. He's just going to go after that hive again. Just slowly chipping away at it. If they want to, sure, it's definitely a hard decision for them to make. Obviously they're losing Nano, but at the same time, there's just one Marine down there. Oh, almost got pinched there due to Cowboy showing up. Vindaloo running out of energy, kind of. Oh, he better get out of there. What are you doing, Vindaloo? Come on. Get out of there. Alright, they did get cleared down there in cargo, so that hive is safe for now. However, it's down at 39% health, so that's not exactly the best. Sharp obviously pushed in there, and oh, it may take down Duffman. Does go down. The kind of a little bit of a slow exit there. Vindaloo, very low energy. He is able to, why are you re-engaging with such low energy? He's barely, trundling out of there as a energyless fade. They're definitely taking a lot of risks here from the onFire life forms. Zero Master also had low health, low energy when he escaped as well, I believe. But it looks like Nano is lost, and so they better just get the heck out and go secure cargo, take down that res. Vindaloo missing a lot of swipes there. He's gonna go, and he's trapped between Cookie and Arai. The only way out there, if they didn't clear that, would possibly be through the vent. Of course, there is the little window here, so you can shoot through the vent. Vindaloo is, again, very low, but there isn't anyone there in cargo, which has been built. It is very low health at this point, but it's up, so it heals him, and he's okay at this point. Nano is now under Singularity's control, and there is a battle going on in Y, which looks like that'd probably... Oh, Vindaloo again, very low on both energy and health. But that would likely be the next place if they're going to move a gate or get a second gate up. Either that or Dome. Looks like the... What? What's going on up here? They had a reverse grind gate going on up there with Risk and Duffman. They're just going to get the heck out. Walk over a mine and not die. That's always fun. So that made the arcs temporarily vulnerable, and it definitely did clear up Y. But as I said, Wire Dome would be the next likely place to get a gate, so that way they have the two gates on the field, or the two non-base gates on the field, which is pretty standard. Looking at the P-res situation, let's see. Looks like 35 is pretty much the highest P-res for onFire at this point, so it'll be a little while before an Onos would be able to show up at all. Sharp is going to go in there and just like nuke that harvester. Meanwhile, over here outside of Nano, Vindaloo again moving in. Three shotguns and an LMG. Basically, oh, yeah, that makes Zero Master totally toast. They're all going to just send 4 down there, and there's the power. That's going to be a Y gate. Or I guess just outside Nano gate. Whatever, close enough. It's almost built. 75%. Vindaloo again. He gets taken down that nice long hallway there, down to oh, nope, Risk just went fade. So he had previously been a lurk, so hopefully he's a slightly less of a bullet magnet as a fade. Zero Master also up as fade, so both the lurks now have gone fade at this point. Looks like both the fades could go lurk if they really wanted to, but they don't have Umbra up at this point. They're just gonna creep in there. They also don't have Metabolize, which is interesting. They should have Metabolize by now to help those fades out. Risk is maybe going to flash. Risk does end up dying like immediately there. He stayed in for way too long, so he's definitely a bullet magnet and definitely needs to play more careful if he's going to be a fade in the future too. It's like they're just going to arc out. They're just arcing out system at this point, so they could clear that because that is. Yeah, they need to be able to get through there. Soma and Duffman just hanging out in the vent. Meanwhile, over here in C12, we have Shades versus Zero Master. Zero Master getting low on energy and health as well. So at this point, I think onFire has pretty much lost their momentum that they had at the beginning. It wasn't the greatest momentum in the world. I mean, sure, they were doing stuff. They had Nano. They had a good chunk of the lower portion of the map, but they don't have the upgrades that they probably should have at this point. They should have a lurk with Umbra. They should have Metabolize. Okay, they are going to get Bile Bomb, which is definitely a good choice considering they do have the arcs that are going to be heading down here to Y and then forward down into Cargo to take out the Hive. But with Cowboy and Cookie both there, hanging out, just preventing that. I mean, yes, they are split up at this particular instant, but there's like a whole pack of shotguns just running around there. Zero Master's at under half health, but he's going to go in there apparently. Changed his mind at the last moment, but Cowboy is just down the hallway with a shotgun. The gate in East did get cleared, but they do have the one that's right outside in the lower section of Nano. Let's see if they get another gate up. It looks like they are going to. They move the gate up slightly, but they are going to get that back up. Shades and Arai moving forward down into Dome. They may end up walking. Power is dropped too. So possibly walking the gate up from East. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. We have Sharp down there in Cargo again. Just looking around probably for upgrades. Not really saying much of anything. Gonna kill Crag, because why not? While Shades is looking around to see if there's anything cool over there to kill. Nothing at this point. He's all by himself. Here comes Soma and Zero Master. It's a good shot there on Zero Master, but not enough to really kill him. Just, a little bit of chip damage. And Zero Master cleared out Sharp down there in Cargo. So at this point in time, the alien momentum has kind of floundered. Zero wisely deciding not to stick things out there in C12. With Cowboy and Cookie, again, both with shotguns, both taking down that RT. That'll be another RT down for onFire. They'll be down to 2, which will be the 2 in their naturals, but Cowboy is pausing here. I'm not quite sure why. We'll find out soon enough. Alright, taking a look at the graph while we were waiting. There's the nice, parallel there. We both had 5 RTs, and as you can see, it has slowed down a lot since they lost Nano, and Singularity did gain Nano. I mean, kills, okay, sure, they're reasonably close, the whole thing. But, I don't know, man. They kind of, once they started started to lose nano. They just lost their momentum. They let them get set up there with all the arcs. They still don't have metabolized. They still don't have Umbra, even though they have 4 biomass. Okay, sure, there aren't any lurks, but they have enough people who could go lurk. Risk in another 8 res, assuming they survive. We'll be able to lurk again. They have Duffman could lurk, or you know, an Umbra lurk would be kind of handy. Soma's up to 47 res, so be a little while also before they'd be able to go Onos. And it looks like here we go. We finally got this ready to go again, and we're playing again. Huzzah! Vindaloo and Zero Master against Cookie and Cowboy. Cat packs have started, so I think that Singularity is getting to the point where they just are probably going to end this pretty soon. There's enough P-res floating around that they could... Cowboy could just buy shotguns for like everyone. Duffman down, getting low. And Zero Master's just gonna run straight into Sharp, who was waiting in that hallway. He gets healed up, and Risk is trapped between 2 Marines there and ends up dying. Subsexter also dropped. That's a brave hive. Oh, there are so many. And Soma also up here, a stealthy tunnel, but that's gonna immediately tell them something is up over there. That is the problem with having the tunnel there, is that you can see it's already attacking the power. It's already attacking the Well then, nice mine from Arai. We have 2 down here in the hive. Shades and Sharp moving down towards Pipe, so 2 of the 3 hives are under attack. Here comes Zero Master and Soma. They're just gonna start working on the chair. They're gonna force a beacon, so that'll pull them back, but they have gates all over the place. They actually have a, you know, sort of goofy looking arrow shape. It looks like this is the all-in on the chair. They're just gonna try and take it down. I think that hive wasn't actually a brave hive. It was a, hey, let's block them from getting another chair hive, as it appears to be, and it looks like they did clear all of them. So this may end up being the GG here, because pretty much everyone is dead. And Sharp's already down in the hive again. Zero Master down to just under half health. He's getting healed up again, and they're going to go after that. There goes the gate there in east getting recycled, so it's the nano-ish gate and the one there over in the neck. There are the arcs just ready to pounce on all of those upgrades that are right there. At least I think that's all upgrades. So those upgrades are going to get freaking nuked. And they're just trying it again. They're just going to keep forcing those beacons, but there's so much res there. Zero Master goes down. 45%. I think somebody's welding it as it's getting attacked. 47, 48, 50. Yeah. Again, not working. But the arcs are working. They're still arcing. They're arcing quite happily away because that's what arcs do. Oh, I forgot to close that. Cowboy just in there killing the crag there. Tunnels down over there in Topo, quite obviously, so that's cleared. And this is just a slow doom. That hive is getting melted, and it will be... actually surprised they haven't just called the GG at this point, because it's like all the upgrades are gone. They're down to not even 1 true RT, 2 T-res. Yeah, you can see it's just falling apart here. It has fallen apart since they lost Nano. And it just plummeted. Anyway, let's see what's going on here. We have a couple random skulks running around, but it looks like at this point, the main battle's going to be down here in Cargo where the remaining hive is at this point. Cookie's just going to take that down. Vindaloo is just running around the boxes here, just waiting. Oh, we have another push here going into the base. Lots of mines. Goodbye, skulks. There are a lot of mines. They just keep trying. I mean, I'll definitely give them that. They keep trying. Cookie clears out a couple skulks down there to wait for the spawn wave. Here's 3 more alive skulks, and there are 3 more still dead. Looks like Cowboy and Sharp are going to move down through the neck. I don't know where. Here comes the arcs, though. The arcs are trundling. And now it looks like Singularity is going to block the hi the hive drops now with another comm chair. They're just going to keep doing that, and it looks like they are going to go for the more standard system gate. That hive is just like chilling. I don't know whether nobody knows it's there or it's just chilling. Actually, it's taking damage, so they know it's there. Okay, there goes the hive. They cleared that one, and there's the GG finally. That was definitely some good tries from onFire, but not so good in the end. So many base rushes, though. Whoa, that is a tiny egg. That is a really tiny egg. Two tiny eggs. Anyway. Three more to throw. Oh. Say, hey, Singularity can still concede. Yep, now it's all in Singularities. If they can sweep this, that puts them in second. Actually, will that? What do they need here? They only need 3. If Eric versus Sing. Let's see here. Let's open up a new tab and take a look. How did their match versus Narcolepsy go? They 3-1 Narcolepsy 3-1 Singularity, if I'm reading this right. So they really do need if they want to beat Narcolepsy and be seated higher, they need to actually win everything. Or 3. They need to win 3. You can't just tie it on 2. You have to get 3 if they want to be seated higher. Sure, they can win 4, and then they'll definitely be higher than Narcolepsy, but we'll see. So we'll be waiting here for round 2. So onFire out of the playoffs at this point, but not the end of the world for them. They could just keep playing and have fun doing it. Kane gets in there and gets the spoilers in, of course. So I don't know. We'll just have to see here what happens. Whether I'm sitting here reading chat, which is why I'm delayed. Whether onFire will be able to take a round at all. Obviously, as Marines, they will now have to be the one. They will now have to be worrying about these initial engagements and also base rushes. You could see how fond they were of those base rushes right at the end there. But I don't know. We'll see. Oh, looks like we're down to just Tico as the ref at this point. All right, onFire is ready to go. Or not. They changed their mind. Just kidding. False ready. Yeah, yeah, I'm curious what onFire could have done to actually get stuff, or to have, turned that round around, that previous round. I mean, it's like, as I said, I felt like they were doing okay at the beginning. I mean, not the greatest, but like, okay. And that isn't necessarily bad. They were holding Nano for a while. They had a good chunk of the bottom rest of the map. They were making sure to, keep some harassment going on in Topo and all that jazz, but just they slipped up and lost it. And Risk was being a giant bullet magnet and lost a Fade, lost a Lurk, not in that order, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Singularity has readied up, so waiting on onFire. I think I went through most of my random filler talk at this point. Of course, I can always say, there is, of course, the, Oh, never mind. Sweet. I start saying it, and then they ready up. So we have round 2 starting here in 15 seconds. And what hive do we get this time? Cargo spawn for Singularity. No Gorge at this point. Looks like 4 going up towards Topo and 1 towards Sky. It's like Risk is raiding around for something to be dropped. It'd be an arms lab. Meanwhile, Zero Master and Duffman are moving towards Topo, and over here in Sky we got Vindaloo and Soma. Cowboy, Sharp, and Cookie have all converged in the hallway there outside of East. Looks like Arai actually came over to join Shades here. At least I think that was who was in the group that initially looked like they were going towards Topo. But we got Soma and Vindaloo as the 2 Marines, and they're sort of between both Shades and Arai at this point. It's like Soma may... Nope, not going to come around the corner there. Do have some combat going on the right side, but Vindaloo may go... Yep, he does go down, but Soma's there. Rise down to just, fractional health, pretty much. 1/3 or so, I guess. 1 Skulk down, 1 Marine down, another Skulk down, another Skulk down. Risk and Zero Master being the victors over in Topo/East. Arai was able to get through and started working on skylights, but here comes Vindaloo alive again to make sure that RT does not currently go down. Zero Master and Risk moving towards Nano. And just gonna have to clear out Sis. Nothing really there that's all that exciting at the moment. Have a lot of drifters all over the place, just sitting around. Looks like one just waiting for Nano, and I'm assuming that just got built up there. Risk and Zero Master in there. Looks like Cowboy going through the vents, as well as Sharp. So they're gonna poke out through there, and it looks like they weren't sneaking, so they know that there are 2 Skulks in there. Here comes Cookie and Shades from the other side. Looks like Risk is going to be the first one down, and Zero Master's left all by himself. 3 Skulks just converging on him in a giant pack, and they are able to clear that out. And they'll be able to resist that no problem. Duffman just waiting over there in East to get a little bit of chip damage on Sharp. Soma over there in System. Cookie just kind of waiting. Armor 1 was finished at some point, and here goes Weapons 1 as well is started up. Vindaloo, I wasn't expecting him to win that engagement right there because he was shooting into the vent to start with, but he was able to win that, and it's going to go join... I guess so much for joining Soma. Soma moved to the south, so Vindaloo gets taken down by Shades, and Soma's now going to be staring down Shades if Shades move into the room. Cowboy versus Duffman over here. Duffman does win. Sharp a little bit too late to come in and back up Cowboy. He's gonna just have to back up towards Nano, it looks like. Sharp just down to a sneeze and he's dead. First shell now up. Looks like 3 Marines all going in there, but here comes all the Skulks in the general vicinity. Vindaloo taking 1 down, Risk taking down another. 1 Skulk left, and that would be Cookie, who has, a tiny 10% health. Not very much. We're at 20 res though, so we should see some lurks pretty soon. We're just gonna work on that res again. The poor harvester, fully built, but so quickly to die. Only one extractor down so far, so onFire's done a good job at making sure that the skulks haven't been able to take down much of their res. Of course, it is four extractors versus now 2 harvesters. So that would put Singularity at a little bit of a disadvantage, but here comes Shades as a lurk, and Cowboy is also up as a lurk elsewhere on the map. Oh, there he is. Anyway, it looks like they're going to try and take down Topo. Looks like Cowboy's going to go scout that out. Risk moving down into system. While Arai is just bouncing elsewhere, possibly all the way around to Overlook to try and take down that RT. Sharp versus Risk here in system. It looks like here come the lurks. It's like Cowboy will probably swoop in there and get some good bites on Risk if he's able to land them. They are able to clear that up, no problem. 2 guys there hanging out, Vindaloo and Duffman both holding in Nano at this point. So it's just up to Singularity to go and take down all the rest on the side. I mean, obviously at this point, there's phase tech started. Obviously at this point, you don't really want to have the Marines in Nano, but since they are doing a good job at taking down all the res aside from Nano, it's not the worst position in the world. It'll just be really hard to take that back if they're going to, attempt to take that back, especially once they get a gate in there. Which seems likely to happen at this point, especially since they don't have like power prepped in East or anything like that. Zero Master kind of pushing down towards the neck where one of Singularity's RTs is, but Zero Master is cleared up by Cowboy. Shades is just like cruising along here. So taking a look at the graphs, despite not really getting Nano ever set up, they were able to pick up, I think it was C12 and subsector, and basically get enough res so that it's not an issue. Yep, there goes the gate there in Nano. It looks like they might have been setting up to try and crush that, but with that gate almost up, 56% build. If they're able to clear this before the guys in East and West show up, they might hold this. They might take Nano back. Maybe. There's Zero Master and Soma. Zero Master going to be the first one down, so now it's up to Soma, but there are still 2 lurks and a skulk in this area, and a drifter support. Soma gets cleared. They're going to start working on the power there in Nano. Shotguns have been started. Arai and Sharp also in that area, so they may actually lose Nano now after they had gone and captured basically all that res. The power is also down in Topo. It looks like it just got put back up. So that would also slow down onFire's ability to basically do anything there. It did resist there, and it looks like recycled the 2 RTs that were in there. Get a little bit of res back, but not much. Looks like they're going to go for an East Gate instead. That is, in many cases, a much better launching point than necessarily Nano. We'll see how it goes. Vindaloo's trying to hide around the corner there, but I think Arai and Cookie heard him. So they're just going to go converge on that. It is up to 30 res now, so another minute or whatnot, and they will be able to go and get fades. Or faster. We got Soma and Zero Master working on the Overlook RT at this point. Clearing the assists, but here comes Shades. Obviously, shotguns are done now, so once those get on the field, then Shades and Cowboy will have to worry a little bit more. But at this point, it's not really that big of a deal. We do have 2 shotguns on the field, and that would be Risk and Duffman. It looks like they're probably going to be the ones that are in charge of trying to hold East and get that gate up. Oh, whoa, Cowboy! Wow, okay, nice pistoling there. I think he was sitting on the ground or something, or was he on the ceiling? It looked like he was perched. But he definitely wasn't moving anywhere, but he went down really nicely there in the corner of the screen. Anyway, they're going to get that East Gate up. I don't know whether the infestation is actually going to be hitting it. I suppose we'll find out soon enough. Looks like it's just out of range of it. Arai knows the gate is up now at this point, and I think Sharp is moving in there as well, but both those shotguns are over there in that section of the map. There are a nice amount of parasites up at this point, too. Fades are up. Here comes Cookie as a fade. No other fades at this point. They are able to clear up in system at this point, and over here in the east, they're just hanging on. Cowboy's just working on that RT. Pipeline has been dropped. Risk almost going down there, but it's down to half health. And I theoretically should be able to take down Cowboy if he's able to land those shots. He does get, you know, frighteningly close to the edge there, but hey, look, it's Shades. Suddenly it's not looking so good. And that is a shotgunner down over there in Topo. Soma, Duffman, and Zero Master, all with shotguns, all in the east vicinity. But meanwhile, back in base, it looks like Cowboy was, you know, just poking at random stuff, getting some parasites maybe. Vindaloo moving back from skylights with a shotgun. Kills him. Sharp's just kind of backing away. Though Vindaloo should probably not be alone as a shotgun. Hoping he's going to be going back and meeting up with a buddy of some kind. But nobody's respawning, so... Soma also kind of alone as a shotgun. Not really getting many hits there on Shades either. Okay, Arai is up as another fade, and it looks like here comes Cookie, and here comes Arai, and they're able to take down Soma. Cookie down very low, but there is nobody to pinch him, so he is free to go wherever he wants. Zero Master missing the first shot there on Arai. Gets Arai down fairly low. Oh, again, nobody to pinch him, but they're getting some good damage on these fades. And of course, since those shotguns were dropped fairly nearby, they should be able to get those back and keep going. They aren't too bad for P-Res except for... Looks like Zero Master is kind of hard up on P-Res because I think he just bought a new shotgun. Oh, we just lost Sharp over here in Skylights. Looks like they have to wait for that RT to be redropped. We have two shotgun, one LMG pushed into Nano. Looks like there's a Crag in there, but that's about it. Arai gets taken down to about 75% health, and looks like they're going to move over towards the gate. Vindaloo goes down, and there's going to be two Fades and a Skulk and a Lyric all on that gate, so they are going to lose that gate, but they are going to try really hard to take down Nano, but the problem is that they aren't going to be able to totally clear that in time. Duffman is out of position, doesn't have enough health. He just gets, like, run over. Risk also low on health. He goes down. Zero Master goes down. Soma now going to go down. That was definitely not good at all for onFire. Singularity played that pretty well, and they're just going to GG it at this point. They just lost all their res, they lost their gate, so it was over. So I don't know whether they just decided that was a good all-in. I mean, that second hive wasn't built, obviously. Alright, it looks like we're going to be switching to the Paris server. Man, that light is so glowy with atmospherics on. Jeez. Yeah, I guess it is kind of late for the guys on onFire, so I don't know whether they're just tired or what. But they're going to be moving to a server where they have the ping advantage, at least theoretically, I think. So we'll see how that goes. Just making sure that I'll be going to the right server here. But yeah, that was another one. I think that they pretty much lost their momentum. They hadn't yeah, they lost their momentum again. I think it's probably something like in mid-game where they just whether they aren't being aggressive enough or they just aren't making the right calls or something. But something is getting lost there. No, what? What are they doing? Oh, they switched servers again. Just kidding, we're going to onFire's actual server. Oh my goodness, NS2, quit barfing, please. Alright. So we are switching to the correct server at this point, I think. Yeah, I guess you guys got to the to the lurk kill a little bit ago. Yeah, he looked looked perched or grounded or something. He didn't look like he was flying at all, either way. The wings were in the wrong position for him to be flying. So he just got completely wrecked in that hallway. Anyway, obviously time for map 2, which would be Summit. Obviously, Summit is slightly more forgiving than Vale. Vale, it's like if you don't get those first engagements, you don't get the like initial momentum. It's just, well, it's not gonna go too well. Yeah, we need to set Singularity up 2 points. There we go. So far, Singularity is having a good evening. Or afternoon. Suppose it depends on what part of the world most of them are in. Obviously, since this server is, I don't know, somewhere in Europe, it's kind of high ping for some people, including me. I have like 200 ping here. Not the greatest, but oh well. So I see Ixie in there in chat saying that that onFire still has some aces up their sleeve. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, yeah, as mentioned, this is a better server for them. Oh yeah, Soma. What is this? Is this like a server in like Soma's backyard or something? 10 ping. That's pretty nice. A server running on his computer. Sitting on the server as a booster seat. So we are waiting on one more guy from Singularity to show up here. It's like the same group of players so far, unless I am totally misreading somebody. On wheels. Sitting on his server as a booster seat to reach his keyboard. Oh. Oh. At least these guys are definitely having fun in chat. Yes, my bird is singing. She does that sometimes. She's being reasonably quiet though, so I think it's all okay. It's better than her yelling, which she does also some other times. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see if Summit is, just a better map for onFire or what. There isn't much that can be, figure out from just this, pre-game shenanigans. I mean, obviously, yeah, okay. Vale is one of the, like, one of the favored maps, but then again, so is Summit. Summit, I mean, it's nice and symmetrical, or at least reasonably symmetrical. You, like, I don't know, it's just one of those maps that most people are quite content to play on. Okay, occasionally you'll get some person who thinks it's incredibly boring, but it doesn't have nearly as many, like, quirks to it, I guess. Yeah, we'll see if what Ixion said has any validity. Does onFire have an ace up their sleeve? Are they gonna like pull things out here and make it a 2-2 victory or 2-2 tie? I mean, sure, it means that they aren't gonna be in the playoffs regardless, but it means that they got some good play, and it means that maybe they're just bad at Vale. It's entirely possible to just be bad at Vale. Vale is unforgiving. 4 a.m. I think my bird just said bird behind me. Oh no. So we got everybody on the server now, finally? Yep, okay. Everybody is on the server. So now we are just waiting around for a ready up from both teams. This is always the most exciting part, of course. Yeah. Twitch Punk saying in chat there, it feels like onFire can't be aggressive without being reckless, which is it could be true. Who knows? I mean, that may be the case at least for Risk, since he did seem to be like in the path of all the bullets in the world twice, and we saw how well that ended up for him when they were playing Aliens beforehand. So hopefully he has learned his lesson and will not be, you know, Ramboing off into, you know, shotguns and such. We'll see. onFire is ready to go, so hopefully they have discussed what went wrong and will do their best to have some awesome rounds here on Summit. We'll see how it goes though. For all we know, the RNG could hate them and they could end up in Atrium and then just go downhill from there. But again, maybe they like Atrium, who knows? I just know that that's one of those spawns where nobody really likes Atrium. Alright, Singularity has readied up, so we have 15 seconds until round 3 of Singularity versus onFire. Hope these guys are ready to go. Alright. Hey, guess what? They got stuck up in Atrium. I apologize for jinxing you. I'm very sorry for jinxing you. Soma's gonna go gorge. We have 3 going down through here through data. It looks like they're going to meet up with Sharp in a ride down in Vent. It's like they're actually going to just try and crush Vent, it looks like, with those 3. Zero Master perhaps going in a little bit too early. Duffman gets picked off, and Vindaloo's like late to the party. However, they take down one of the Marines. Sharp may go down because he had to reload. Okay, they are able to clear that, and they're going to get right on that RT. It's like they were maybe going... No? It's like they're going to go for a data tunnel to start things off. It is a nice, you know, relatively forward position there. And Risk and Vindaloo get kind of pinched there by Shades, who I think moved in from Crossroads. The tunnel is up, down through data, and I think that Risk should be able to go back to data, assuming he doesn't get... Oh, he does get picked off. He would have been able to go back to data and get heals, but he got picked off, as mentioned, and they're going to be able to rebuild that RT there in Vent. They did get taken down, obviously. Looks like they're gonna cap. They're gonna go cap in Crevice. They just skipped flight entirely, so that'll be delaying onFire's other natural. But that's okay, I guess. I mean, they have data here, and they don't have to worry about the sys chain. So Shades is here in cross, and Vindaloo is running through. Takes a little bit of damage there over that distance. That is obviously a very hard, you know, amount of map for him to cross and be able to, you know, engage in combat. Shades was hiding around the corner there, hoping that Vindaloo would probably show up, but that did not happen. Looks like we have three skulks in the gorge over here in a data/pipe, and they're going to move in on a Rye and take him down and then keep mowing forward down and kill Sharp potentially. Sharp goes down, no other skulks lost, and they're just going to... Are they just going to haul into base? They're just going to haul into base. The arms lab isn't built either, so they're just going to go and chew that down, that IP. Arai is able to spawn out, and the IP is going to go down. They did drop a chair in Crossroads. And with Soma there as a gorge, that'll obviously make it, you know, hard for them to worry about. Oh, and their Crossroads has been finished. They did lose the arms lab. Kane did go down. They have no IPs quite yet. They are building that up. Shades is building it. They were able to get that set. So that's definitely a nice amount of res loss for Singularity. onFire, good push there. Kane made the wise decision this time to not get out of the chair and lose it for everyone. Anyway, Duffman obviously working on an RT there. They're getting set up here in Crossroads. A little with that forced relocate, but everybody's almost alive again, so just waiting on Kane to get back in the chair. There he is. Lots of mines everywhere. Mines up the wazoo. We have Cowboy over here in Reactor, just being obnoxious, killing Sis, being joined by Shades. They are up to 21 res, so we should see some lurks here. Well, they technically should be out already, but we'll see what happens. Looks like Risk's going to try and take down that RT first. Cookie's down there and fighting Soma. Soma is being a pro Battle Gorge, but probably going to die here. Yep, there goes Soma. Probably shouldn't have been so close to those. Probably should have been back here and had whoever was in Crevice backing him up. Alright, obviously can see there is like that gorge wall over here protecting the RT with a whip, a crag, a tunnel. That whip is nice and mature, so it can throw Bile Bomb and be obnoxious. Vindaloo is down to just a sneeze on him and he'll die scenario. But here comes a lurk. That's Zero Master. He's flapping a lot, so it definitely did get heard. They definitely heard him coming, especially with the little bloop noise from the tunnel, like being a tunnel. Risk is also up, and there's Cookie. Getting a little bit of chip damage on Risk. He probably would have been better off just, you know, going through, but I didn't even get meted. Cookie's so low, he could just die. If he'd kept spiking, that would have been a dead Marine. Zero Master being all stealthy, moving down in towards sub. Nothing really there though, so not really much to be, you know, all stealthy about. Meanwhile, over here we have Shades and Cowboy again setting up in Reactor. They have the power primed, so I don't know whether they're going to be dropping the RT, which seems likely because at this point they do not have phase tech, so they can't just set up in there at this point, though it probably will happen later if they do not get cleared out of there. At this point they are on, let's take a look at the res graph. We have 5 RTs down for Singularities, so not bad at all because they are at almost the 5-minute mark, and that's a good rule of thumb. And here we go, we had Shades and Cowboy moving in towards Atrium, but after they had built that RT, but they did get cleared pretty easily. Following the lurks down here into Pipe, where Arai and Cookie are hanging out. Arai gets taken down, and Cookie is going to be next. They were split up here around the corner and the little wall over here. So as long as they land their bites, Cookie is going to go down, and he does. Vindaloo may get that art. Nope. Right as I say that, he ends up going down. Shades is going to get chomped on by Risk, and both lurks are going to kill that RT, so that way that can be resisted. They are losing the cis chain all down the south part of the map, so they really need to get that back up ASAP. Maybe get a whip in here or something to help delay that cis chain being cut. That or they have to save up and get another hive. At this point it looks like Risk is playing a little bit more defensively. I haven't seen him get completely melted. Oh, what? Did I jinx him again? He just goes down to, you know, 3rd health. onFire's was that Vindaloo getting taken down by Shades. Zero Master just kind of floating around. Here comes Risk into the group there. He's able to pick off Cowboy. Cookie and Arai both there getting some chip damage on the various aliens, but there's, you know, a whole ton of them there, so that's going to end badly for both of them. They're up to 30p res for those who are not lurks, or not gorges, so... Aside from the fact that, you know, Cowboy just lured 2 skulks into the mines, there are a lot of mines that just got blown up and didn't get to do much of anything. Risk is really low, so he's going to go back and hide behind the wall there and hope that nobody comes over, but Cookie's considerably farther away, so that's not going to happen. Zero Master and Duffman looks like they just cleared somebody out of sub. Looks like that will be resisted here in a moment, or will have to be, though that RT is low enough it may go down anyway. Zero Master trying really hard to get that, but if he doesn't... Okay, Duffman is able to clear it. Zero Master wisely getting the heck out of there so he doesn't get pwned. There's that cyst. It's too late, though. That RT is going to have to be rebuilt. We have 1 Marine here on each side of the road. Cowboy, Cookie. Risk again, low. He's going to go hide in the ceiling and hope that nobody sees him. Cowboy and Sharp, now the 2 that are in there. Zero Master and Risk both low. Nobody there to pinch them over in glass, so they are okay. They'll be able to go back and heal and go through the tunnel and be able to take that out probably before the tunnel goes down. Or if they don't, they really need to consider having that happen. And yep, there's Alert coming out the tunnel. He's all full. Get some nice spike damage, keep them away from the wall there. Here comes the 3rd Marine, though. So now both those lurks are kind of trapped in that corner. I mean, yes, they have the clog wall, they have the crag, but they can't dodge as well in that room. 1 Marine down. Sharp is going to be next. It looks like Sharp is down. Now it's just down to Cowboy, and Cowboy is also cleared up. So both lurks are still standing. And let's see here. Do we have a fade showing up? There is Duffman going to be on the field as a fade momentarily. Looks like they may be trying to push out into vent or data again. They do have 54 res, so it looks like they're going to be saving for the hive drop. Oh, hey, hive drop! How about that? Taking a look at 7 RTs down, so Singularity's pretty much keeping on top of that res biting. Vindaloo also up his fade. Duffman's the only one on the screen at the moment. We do have where were those bullets coming from? I think that was down here where it just got cleared out. Harvester alive. The one just went down. It was the one at sub that went down. Shotguns have been started. Risk getting out before he gets owned. So it'll be a little while before that hives up. It is currently at 19%, so we'll see if they can hold on to that. They maybe need something here in pipe to just notify them of, you know, the two Marines that are now coming. But I guess walking into them also is a way to do that. Cowboy's going to get chomped on by Zero Master, and here comes the giant, you know, ball of life forms that are taking people down. Cowboy's going to be next. This is definitely a lot better for onFire at this point. I think that initial res loss for Singularity of the chair, everything else that was down there was definitely in. I like how Cookie just went down to took down Sharp by a mine. But, oh, whoa. Zero Master, you better hide in there and just camp. He's very low. All the life forms got very low in that engagement. They did blow up a lot of mines. I don't think they really got much of anything. Did they take down an IP? No, they did not take down an IP. It was just a lot of stuff. And they're just hiding in there with, I believe they both have regen. Zero Master and Duffman. Let's take a look. Duffman does not have an upgrade. Zero Master does. So it looks like Zero Master will be the one leading the charge out of there to try and make sure that's clear. They did just clear it out, so he will be able to get the heck out. I don't know why he went. Wait, where'd he go? I just lost track of him. Oh, he got back up there. Okay. Anyway, we got Cowboy and Cookie and Arai, all with shotguns, all just kind of waiting around. Weapons 1? That's only weapons 1. Yeah, you could see how far behind they are at this point. They have weapons 1 is researching and armor 1 is out. They're that far behind, fades are out, so this is looking like one. If they don't throw their life forms, onFire definitely has a good chance here. With no obs up either, they're just gonna nuke that arms lab. And I don't think there's anything that Kana could do, even if he jump. Oh, he is going to jump out of the chair, and he's going to work with Sharp to try and clear that. And here comes Cowboy, here comes Shades, here comes Arai. They're all in that vicinity. They may actually end up taking down a life form if they are not careful. But the arms lab is down, so they did. I don't know if they lost the research. I did not see that. But they have 50 res, so he probably canceled it. Zero Master does go down. One lurk down, not the end of the world. That means another res biter. They're just gonna keep fighting. Cookie still has his shotgun. They just finished the data core hive, so the only one still alive is Sharp, and if they just keep clearing these, they are going to take this round. Here comes Kane, alive again. Drifter providing mucus, so that way they keep fighting here. They're kind of low on energy, like, all around, but as long as they're able to keep clearing it, who cares? Arai gonna get taken down. They still have both IPs. The only one there to munch on them is... Oh! Risk just takes a shotgun to the face, or... I think that was a shotgun to the face. He says, wow, yeah. Anyway, here comes Soma as a skulk. What happened? GG, good job onFire. So that initial rush there, he picked up a shotgun and face blasted him, yeah. One of the shotgunners must have died like directly on top of that IP. Yeah, so that initial base rush, very good play from onFire. You could see by the time fades were up, they still had like they were barely starting their upgrades. So that initial res loss, that initial having to move everything to Crossroads, they just weren't able to recover from that, and that was definitely very good play there from onFire. Oops. So I clicked the wrong button by accident. I didn't know that was a button. All right, so if Singularity wins this next round, they will be ranked above Narcolepsy. If they do not If they do not win this next round, uh, it's if they do not win this next round, then they will be, I think, placed below Narcolepsy in the seeding. But points wise, they'll be tied. I think they lost. Uh, I think Narcolepsy won that 3-1 against Singularity, but I mean, it's just the placement. I mean, it could be relatively decisive depending on who they are ended up seeded against. But if they win this final round, then they will be placed higher for sure. Good aim could dig them out of this mess. All right, we had readies and unreadies and readies again. All right, so we'll see how this final round goes. So Ixion, you might have been right. Maybe they really do have some sort of ace up their sleeve. We'll see though. Yeah, I do feel kind of bad for Risk getting face like having his poor little lurk's face shot off by a rogue shotgun. But, it happens. It was the end of the game. I think he could have relurked anyway. It is getting kind of late over there in Europe, I believe. What time would it be? We have 20 minutes. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, it's like past midnight there if that um uh if I'm doing the math right. As I said, they seem to be having a reasonable amount of fun there, jabbering back and forth in in-game chat. But we'll have to see how this last round goes. Is Singularity going to end up tied with, or are they going to be placed second in the seeding, or are they going to be third? We'll have to see how this goes. Obviously, unless something has changed when I looked at the window just now, yeah, onFire is ready to go. So all it's waiting on is Singularity. All right, since it seemed to work last time for getting people to suddenly ready up, obviously, if you guys didn't know, there is a thread talking about the competitive balance mod, which is currently obviously in use for these matches. But they're working on another refinement of it for next season or next whatever's next. And yeah, you should go check that out. See if it check out the thread there that's on the NSL forums and see if you like the ideas, hate the ideas, have better ideas, something like that. Go post. If you don't go post and something happens that you don't like, well, you should have gone and posted. Because it is, at least partially based on stuff from the community. And if you don't go and post and you start complaining about it later, and you have heard me saying repeatedly that you should go post, then, well, you should have gone and posted. And what right do you have to complain? Come on, guys. After all, we want the competitive side of things to be as interesting and balanced and as varied as possible. And if that, I did. If all it takes is a few more people posting and giving some more ideas that turn out to be awesome, then that is, Awesome. Go and do it. Make it so. What are they doing here? Reading chat over here. It sounds like Singularity was apparently was doing so. Oh, never mind. We got it ready up. They failed at killing Sis though apparently. So we'll see how it goes with them as aliens. We have a flight data spawn. Or no, never mind. Just kidding. We have Atrium and sub again. Apparently the RNG really wants to put onFire up in Atrium, and we got a 3-2 split. It looks like 3 going up here. It looks like Sharp going towards Cross. They're possibly going to converge on Summit, but we'll see whether or not that happens. Actually, it looks like Sharp is going to move towards Glass, where Zero Master has already pushed forward up onto the higher level there in Glass. A little bit of chip damage, I think, going on over here in Summit, where Arai and Shades are just kind of waiting, hiding up in the little area where they can't reach. But wait, we have somebody in base. We have Cookie and Sharp in base, and they're just already on the arm slab, I think that is. With the arm slab? Yes. Let's see, we had Blind got out of the chair there. Soma and Duffman are clearing them out. So a bunch of... Oh, it was at 94% build. It's so close and yet so far. So they were... So definitely Singularity was going for some really early res loss. You guys didn't finish it. Why didn't anybody finish that? Blind, please tap that before getting back in the... Tap the arms lab before... Okay. I guess they're gonna go and just try and save that. Risk is able to clear off Shades there from the, Vindaloo, why didn't you go guys, you need to finish building your arms lab. Anyway, Vindaloo's gonna go and try and save that RT. Okay, somebody did finally finish the arms lab, but we have Cowboy and Sharp just waiting. Lurking in the rafters right outside in Reactor. And here comes Zero Master and Soma, and they may end up just walking right into this trap because nobody checked their corners. Nobody checked the corners. He was like right up there. And right up there. Nobody checked the corners, so here comes Sharp and Cowboy scooting on in there. And they're gonna go right onto the arms lab, and that's gonna die. Quick, cancel it! Ah, rest in peace. Upgrade, res. Or maybe not. I think he might have canceled it in time. I'm not sure. Anyway, they have 3 Skulks in base. They're really trying to end this pretty quickly. We have Sharp set up to try and pounce on Zero Master. Gets the parasite kill there. The IP is down, Blind is alive, and there goes the IP. They are toast. They actually have enough res to relocate, but you know, nobody's in the chair. There goes Duffman. It's all on up to Soma, but they're just gonna, yeah, as they already said, they GG'd. So there we go. Singularity 3, onFire 1. 3. There we go. So good games there. Singularity was definitely being very decisive on that last round, and they were gonna, you know, make sure to make up for the fact that they got sort of base rushed. Anyway, good games to both teams. And yeah, nice job everyone. This is, as I said, was the last of the Div 1 and below normal season games. Everything else after this is playoffs for them. There are still 2 Premier Division games, which would be the Week 10 games for them, set up for... Well, actually, I guess there's 3 technically, because there's the 2 set up that do not have times for Week 10 that obviously will probably be next weekend. There is the one that is tomorrow... Where's the thing? I need the time. Tomorrow at... 11:30 a.m. Pacific, Sonoman versus Godar, which would be on the main NS2 channel. That is the only other thing currently scheduled. If you're on a lower division team, go sign up for your, that's in the playoffs, go sign up for your playoffs. And make those so that we can have those on the calendar too. Give us more stuff to cast, all that jazz. I'm reading the chat here as people are caught up to my filler content there. But yeah. So good job on this. Well, I'm assuming that Zephyr will get the brackets up momentarily. Well, as momentarily as it takes for them to set up that. It should unsurprisingly be Envy, Singularity, Narcolepsy, and then Virtual Dejection as the top 4 teams. I don't know how he's going to place them in the seedings. They only have Semifinals, not quarterfinals like the lower divisions do, which are, Div 2 and below. Obviously, as I said, there's the game tomorrow at, I think is it 23? No, it's 20 CEST, I think, is when the Sonoman versus Godar is. I'm not entirely sure. Go to ensl.org, and it has the time zone there. If you have an account and you have your time zone set up right, it actually translates it into your time zone, so you don't have to worry about doing math. And yeah, that'll be it for me. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys whenever the heck it is I happen to next cast a match. Thanks for watching.